Alright, we're back and we're still alive. If you like this video, please also leave some comments, I forgot to mention before. And if you feel like, subscribe. If you don't like, still leave comments. There's nothing I like more than a good flame war. So, I'm still gonna attempt this temporal rift. I couldn't find much in a way of increasing my temporal resistance, but 21% is probably enough. It's a bit risky. For some reason I lost my rune of teleportation, but that heroism infusion isn't too bad. It'll essentially give us up to 600, around 600 more lives below the zero when we use it. Only for 10 turns, and then the life goes back to 1, so it's quite dangerous. I'd rather teleportation can save you quite a fair bit more. So I might have to do something with it pronto, but we also have this torque here to reduce temporal damage by 105 for 7 turns, so I think should be okay. We no longer have these boots of evasion because we put the boots that gave us extra stats, which I'm still not sure is wise, but we will see what happens. So let's go in. Now this is quite dangerous, so I don't recommend most people do it, but I want to show you what the area looks like. So first we're in the original temporal rift here, and then we're basically gonna be sent to all of the kind of other areas we visited, but in different sort of aspects of time. So it's actually quite interesting to just see. I'm just gonna shout here on this big guy. So he's doing temporal damage to us, quite a fair bit actually. I'm gonna raise shield. Does he have lightning resistance, this guy? Because these are temporal storms, they are Telegoroth, not the Gologoroth, so he doesn't actually have lightning resistance, doesn't have many hit points, so I'm gonna see if I can use the Stormbringer to bring him down. Then we just have to meet with this little guy. Now this terrain is a little bit confusing. The only thing that's blocking are the big blocks here. So here, for example, you see a thin line, you can actually move through it. But once you figure out how it works, there's a lot of areas here you can hide and essentially corner yourself so you can heal up and they can't really gang up on you. But we should be okay. I don't like the fact that our healing mod dropped to 12 from 20, but we'll see later if we can actually increase it somehow. I'll just wait here, I'll let him come, the Telu Vortex. Okay, we're gonna do a Fearless Cleave and kill him. Okay, this guy's gonna come through here, so there's no line of sight there. We're gonna wait for this big guy. Stun him. All good. Alright. Now we're actually out of time, so we actually have physical resistance, but we have -10 temporal resistance. So that is why it was so important to put temporal resistances on, because otherwise we would have gone into the negative. And we would have most likely taken extra damage for that. Okay, he sort of moved me around. I'm gonna use lightning on him again. Didn't do much, but should be fine. Alright. Forward cleave. Forward, oops, no, don't want to do rush. Forward cleave. Lightning. Going back, put on a shield. Forward cleave. He's gone. Forward cleave. Forward cleave is or Fearless Cleave, as they call it, but I call it a forward cleave because that's mainly what I use it for. It's a cooldown of 0, so that's actually a spammable ability, but it's actually quite expensive. Stamina costs 20, but you can actually do it a fair bit. If you're actually close to the creatures and you don't move forward, that only does about 70, in this case it does 63%. You can increase it, of course, if you increase the talent. So it's always better to actually do this step forward, which will in this case do 126 weapon damage. Alright, so now we stun him. And we'll just wait for this guy. We're gonna play it safe. I don't want to rush him because then he's gonna join in. So I'm gonna step in here. Let him come here. Stun. Wow, that was a good 345 physical damage. That was nice. Alright, now we can take him out. Just gonna wait until he pops in here. Then I can do a forward cleave. Take him out. There's another one of these. Gonna wait here, gonna move up. Stun, forward cleave. So far so good. They turn back the clock. Now, turn back the clock is an ability that chronomancers have, or as they call them here, I think is paradox mage. It's kind of similar thing. Just does damage and reduces the target 3 highest, I believe, by 7. I believe he talks about stats, so it's kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. These guys aren't dangerous. I can rush him. Okay, and then just wait until we regen. Alright. I'm gonna rush this guy. And I think we're alright. And forward cleave, finishing him off. Okay, can't rush him because we don't see him. Now we do. And we leveled up, which is good. Just in time for the more dangerous zones. I'm not going to increase strength, it's high enough, it's 47, but because of all of our equipment it's been statted up to 62. What I am going to increase, however, is I'm considering increasing willpower instead, because that's gonna give us more stamina, which we might need. It's quite low. Alternatively, I can keep increasing dex. Let's see what our defenses are. $24. It's not very high, and it's already tier 2, so I'm gonna have to increase this by a fair bit, but it will increase accuracy. Our accuracy, of course, is 46, which is quite high, so, well, relatively speaking. It's still tier 2, so I think for this particular case I do want some willpower, because I don't want to run out of stamina anytime soon. Alternatively, increase constitution so we can eventually get thick skin, the next level of thick skin. Add another 2.6 resistance to everything, but that's gonna be a while. I think Dexy still scales a little bit better, so I'm gonna do that. Then for generic points, we can do power is money. So now the increase is a little bit more substantial, +7 to all our saves. But I think we should start investing in something else. And I'm considering adrenaline surge. That's gonna allow us to, well, it increases the physical power by 5, which is not much really. But while it's active, we can fight beyond the point of exhaustion. So the stamina-based skills are basically, we can use them even if we've got 0 stamina. So that's quite useful. So I'm gonna do that just as a safety thing, you know, because if you run out of stamina, you can't really do anything. You can't do death dance, you can't do executions, can't do squad rolls. So that'll be a good thing, at least as a safety measure. Then for class points, Berserker Rage, I might start putting a point here, or I might put a point, I might still keep increasing Mortal Terror, because now, you know, keep increasing that critical chance. So I'll keep increasing Mortal Terror until it's at 5, and then we'll see what happens. Alright. So now the Paradox Mage of this area, he kind of begs us to help sort it out, because the time zone has been... So this area here is where that Lumberjack, we had that quest where he turned into a doomed guy, and we kind of released him from his pain. Don't know if you remember the zone, but that's what happened, and I'm sticking by it. I'm not changing my story. Let's execute him. Just wait a bit. Alright. It's a very small zone, so we don't really need to auto-explore. There he is, Bancrafter the Abomination. Of course, he's a bit changed, so he's now got temporal resistances, and he's now doing a lot of temporal damage stuff. He's still got his gloom around him, the gloom zone, but I'm gonna see whether I can stun him, which I did, so that's pretty good. And since I think he's the only guy in this area, we might as well use everything we've got on him. So that means execute, sorry, this. It also means execute. He's still stunned, and we should be okay. I'll stun him again. Yeah, he'll be dead. Alright, that is good. Kind of just explore the area, there's nothing here. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, that's all these guys. Alright. We will deal with it the only way that we know how, by sheer force. We're going to put this on, we're going to shout to confuse them. They all got confused, and Brain Lock 3, that's pretty high. So 3 of their talents are out of line. Sorry, 1 of the talents for 3 turns. Well, doesn't really matter because they're gonna die anyways. We're gonna execute this guy, we're gonna rush that guy, we're gonna stun him, and he'll be dead. And we leveled up, we already at 18% experience, so this place actually gives a lot of XP, which is probably why I went there. So we gotta check where the next temporal rift is, in here. Nothing that we want. So now we're in an alternate Daikara, that is a temporal Daikara. So the same gist happens. It's not going to be a massive zone, I don't think so, because it's only 1 level until we find the next rift. It does have these... Oh, he turned invisible. Man, that's annoying. Yeah, he's got stealth. We need to take care of him as soon as possible. We do have that alternate weapon that allows us to hit hidden opponents, but it doesn't do as much damage. There's a unique here, Rantha the Abomination, which has fire vulnerability. He's only level 24. I think we can take him. I'll put the shield on. Then we'll rush him, stun him. He put something on, Icy Skin. Okay, that just protects him, reduces damage substantially. But he's still stunned, so he's not going to do a lot of damage himself. He's put some aura around him. It's an ice storm, so we're going to suffer some cold damage. But because our cold resistances are so high from memory, almost plus 40%, I'm not concerned at all. So he's dead. And we're already at 32% experience. So there's the next temporal rift, but we're still going to see what else is in here. Simply because... yeah, I don't want to get hammed in actually. So I'm going to rush out of the way to here. And I'm going to let them come. Put on the shield. So none of these guys are super dangerous, I don't think so. But we're still not gonna take any chances. We're gonna use the abilities as we can. I'm gonna cleave this guy. This guy is dangerous, the Void Horror, because he can summon other Void Horrors. But for now, I'm gonna keep doing this Fearless Cleave as long as they don't attack me, because it does some extra damage there on both of them. I'm gonna use Death Dance in this case. Does he have lightning resistance? He does not, so we're gonna dump some lightning on him. Alright, we'll stun this guy. Okay, Void Echoes. We're seeing echoes from the void. We're taking mind damage. Do we have any mind resistance? We do not. This could be a problem. I'll put on the shield. Yeah, he summoned Void Shards. Now this is quite annoying, and I don't have my teleport, so we're gonna have to deal with it ASAP. Gotta kill him. Somebody else is firing a cold projectile, I believe, but we should be fine. You can actually avoid them when they're slow. Like I can go here. Well, it still hit me, but it's okay. We are doing okay. It's the last bosses of these temporal zones that are the most difficult. Okay, there's another Void Horror there. So, what did he summon? Wow. He summoned Halflings Gardeners. Oh, Sam! And I'm Bilbo. Well, I'm Bilberry, but whatever. Well, Samwise Gamgee there is gonna die, unfortunately. Don't really want to kill someone who's a potential ring bearer, but you gotta do what you gotta do in this world. Someone's attacking us. Someone that's out of sight. There he is, it's this guy. Alright, we've discovered him. So we're gonna crash his guts out. Rush this guy. Stun. He'll be dead. There's a dredge north. Don't see anything. Okay, I do see now. I don't want to be there. The best place for it is possibly here. These guys are very, usually they have, they hit pretty hard. And they do have very massive physical resistance, so if you're a more squishy class that doesn't do much damage, they can be quite a problem, but for us, not so much. We can brain lock them. Plus we're in this temporal zone, so their physical attacks themselves aren't doing a lot of damage either, so it's all good. I should have probably rushed them, but I don't want to take too many risks, so I'll rush them here, not over there, because I don't know what's there. And of course confuse. They seem to be susceptible to it, so I don't really mind. Alright. What's attacking us? Let's do some scrolling. We can't see anything because it's outside our line of sight. So there's two stats here involved. One is line of sight, which I can't remember. It's different for the character based on equipment, but it's called vision, and the other is light. So light is basically your light radius. It's mostly effective in dungeons like Corpor, or like that Elven Ruins we went to, or the Labyrinth we went to. And so you're restricted by both your light and your vision. So it's kind of annoying because most of the creatures here actually have like see in the dark mode, so that doesn't quite affect them. But actually, this is a hidden opponent, so I'm gonna put on a shield. We keep missing him because of that 2/3 chance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to our offset weapon, and our spectral blade will allow us to hit him proper. and he's dead, possibly. So now we'll switch back to our main set, and we'll finish these guys off. I'm gonna rush this guy. Put on a shield. That's the problem with our shield. Even though it can absorb 256 damage, it only lasts for 4 turns. We really need a better shield. But it is what it is. As another hidden opponent. We got hit by switching to the offset, but it's kind of worth it to just hammer away at him. I'm actually gonna pop regeneration while we're at it. Now that we see him, I'm switching to my main set. That does way more damage. Let's confuse the hell out of these guys. Let's stun. Okay. I think that might be the last guy here. Yes. And we're already at 50% experience. We might still die here. Okay, this is where the bosses are. This place is gonna be tough. I'm not going to... I might put on my resilience of the dwarves as soon as I spot them. Okay, there's one. I'll rush him. Put on resilience of the dwarves for extra saves. I'm going to stun him. He turned invisible, which is a big problem. We can't really reach the other guy. So I'm gonna sort of confuse, which they're confused. Then I'm gonna change my set. I'll do Death Dance. So we do a lot of damage to them. They don't do a lot of damage to us. But I'm gonna pop in the shield. Okay, he's there. I can switch to the next set, or I can try first to stun him. I first will try to stun him, which succeeded. Now I'll switch to my main set, because it does cost, I believe, a turn. We do a lot more damage. I'm gonna turn on execution. I think we're doing good. We still have to kill his brother, his clone. But I think it's good. What did he do to us? He spell shocked us. It's not a big problem, just lowering our damage resistances. So we're more susceptible to temporal now, but he's dead. And now we gotta kill the clone, which basically replaced him, and he's dead as well. So that wasn't as tough as I thought it would have been, but that place can certainly kill you. A moon, okay. So let's just pick this one. So this is basically the Lake of Noor, and the Fortress of Sher-Tul is down there, but of course there's nothing actually there. So once you finish this place, it unlocks the Paradox Mage for you. So this is the place where you get your Paradox Mage class to unlock, and they're way too complex for me to ever play. I don't like to play the really kind of complex ones, but maybe one day I'll do a let's play of that. Who knows? Okay, let's get back to Daikara, and now let's see what we've got here. Moon, which seems like a thief's kind of weapon, a rogue, so we'll ignore it. This one is good, it's two-handed, it's a lot less damage than what we do, and the only thing it really lets you do is it can be used to imbue the hammer with a gem of your choice. So I'm gonna pick it anyways, even though it's kind of crappy now, because if we actually put a gem onto it, it might be more powerful later, so you never really know. So I'm gonna move it to the inventory. This lets us act while sleeping, but it's too... not many creatures use sleep on you, so we're not gonna worry about that. This gives you an extra to talent mastery, cunning, survival, which we don't use. Again, it's mostly a rogue thing. No, I don't see anything else here, so we're back. And we almost leveled up again. Alright, so now we can basically exit Daikara. I'll probably just use my Rod of Recall, because it's easier. And we're back to the world map. Who would have believed so? Okay, so let's look at our journal. The Brothers of Alchemists, again, we can't really do anything there. We can go to the graveyard and fight the Greater Lich, who's the wife of the alchemist from Last Hope. Or... yeah, first things first, we want to go back to the share tool, because we've got unfinished business there, so we go back to the share tool fortress. And so we've got 24 energy stored here from creatures that we've killed, but we talked to our friend and he's gonna upcharge our Rod of Recall, which will allow us to teleport here. And now I'm gonna go, and that consumed some energy, and now I'm gonna go to the vault, since I'm a supporter of the game, because you can play the game of course for free, or you can get it on Steam and then you get some essentially some extra credits with the company to get some DLC or something. But I've supported it a long time ago, so it gives me some X number of items to put here in the vault, unless it's already full. So what I want to put in is this Bloom Soul, because it looks like it'll be pretty cool if you play an Uzamancer. So let's see if it lets me do it. It did. And I'll try and play something else which looked pretty cool, which was the Bindings of Eternal Night for when you play a mummy. Now it doesn't have level requirements, so when you do it sometimes it'll put a level 15 prerequisite, because they don't want you to use it too often. And I don't think there was anything else here that's that amazing that I wanted to put in. Flame Rot drops pretty frequently. Now, so you can kind of see what I've already got there. Actually only these two, so meh. Can put another one in the vault, but that's it. Alright, we'll go back to the surface. You can also open a training dummy area there, where you can sort of see how much damage you do with different weapons and resistances, statistics and things like that, if you're really stat minded. Some people are. I do not blame you for this, and I will not hold it against you. Okay. Okay, the next place we wanna... Oh, we encountered a patrol. Dangerous thing. Okay. We'll let him come because he knows where we are now. Or does he? Okay, now he does. Okay, stun. Okay. You certainly can and will die from these patrols, so it's better to avoid them than take the chance of them being something quite horrendous. Let's rush this guy, stun him. Okay, this is turning to be a bad day for me. At least I got confused. Alright, he's dead, so we can finish off his friends. Wow, this stone golem. We keep missing him. Let's see if we can stun. Alright, cool, he's out. Alright, he had a high armor. I think that was the problem. It's actually worse when you join the anti-magic faction, the Ziggurants, because then the patrols that you meet are actually magic users, that either you're hunting them down or they're trying to hunt you down, whatever the case may be, and that's even worse. Nothing here interesting. And that's it for today's video. We're still alive, and I think next time we're probably going to go to the Dreadfell, which is where the first part of the game sort of finishes. And we'll see how well we fare there. It's a lot of undead in there, a lot of them go invisible, which is why I've got that offset weapon, which will be useful. We might try and imbue the gem into the new hammer that we've got, the two-handed weapon, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, if you like the video, please like. If you don't, dislike. In either case, either subscribe or do not. I do not care. Catch you guys later.